Alright, so this is from company XTU, and they call it the Wi-Fi remote control trail cam. So it has Wi-Fi, and I did read up on it. So the Wi-Fi doesn't actually, you don't need the Wi-Fi to connect to your home internet. So this can be out in the woods in the middle of nowhere. The Wi-Fi is really just to talk to your phone. So the nice thing about that is that you can have it up in a tree or hard to get place, and you don't actually have to go and touch it to get the footage off of it. You should be able to see it all through the app. So I'm gonna test it out and see how it goes, and I'll show that to you. So in this box here we have owner's manual, some warranty information. Alright, so and then in here we have a couple different mounting styles. One is a screw-on one that obviously would be for like a flat surface and obviously more of a permanent. Here's a little watch device. I'll have to learn exactly what you do with this, but it has an on-off switch, and supposedly you can I guess activate the Wi-Fi. So I'm assuming this is Bluetooth to the camera, and then that activates Wi-Fi. Obviously anything battery powered, Wi-Fi does take up battery, so it goes into like a sleep mode. Alright, so this is actually kind of nice. So this is actually a ball mount. Alright, so the nice thing about this mount, it is metal, and then it's got balls on both sides. Now they're not quite fully articulated. They don't articulate much left to right, but they do go over 270 degrees that way. So this one end screws into here, and the other one into the camera, and that would allow you to mount it on a fixed surface. And then it has the more typical, at least what I'm used to, a strap that goes around the tree. They make it camouflage green. So now one thing I will say, it does not look like it has a standard buckle. It's the it's a little quick tab type, which isn't bad. My other one does have a an actual buckle that you can unbuckle, which I'm not sure if that really is a big advantage or not out there, because I always have to adjust it. In the end, it doesn't matter every time I put it on a tree. And then the next thing it has is a little, so this is USB-A to to mini. So that's the old school mini connector. Alright, so now for the camera itself. So that's the other beauty of these newer ones, is they're so much smaller than my old ones. So here's where the mount is on the actual unit itself. It's on the bottom of it towards the back, just to give you an idea. Alright, so that's where this guy goes. And you have the strap that can go through there, and it looks like it has little knurlings to try to grab that tree to keep it from slipping left or right. Alright. Okay, so that's kind of interesting, just the bottom. Well, that's the other thing that I did like about this. Alright, so it does come with a SD card, which is kind of nice. It is a 32 gigabyte SD card, which should be plenty of space for this for many days of recording. It is off-brand, but obviously if it comes with it, I would assume that it's good enough to work in here. Now, of interesting note, I see there's lots of little plastic film on all these sensors. So it has like infrared sensors, and the actual lens of the camera and the lights. So I'm sure you want to take these off before you use it, because they might interfere with motion detection or the flash and the IR lights and that kind of stuff. So they're hard to see, and they do have a little tab, but it's hard to get them. I was just trying to figure out how you get the batteries in this thing, and this little lever here is actually how you do it. So you press that, and then this tray kind of pops out. It does have it kind of gets stuck a little bit. They even mentioned that in the instructions. So obviously you just pull on a little bit harder and it pops out. I think there's little flashing actually from the molding process that creates a little catch. But anyways, this comes out, and this will allow you to now put your AA batteries into it. So it takes 8 AA batteries. So let me get those and put those in here. All right, so I got the batteries now. So we'll pop these guys out. Okay, so interesting note here, there is a plug here that gives you external power supply source. It looks like it's a DC 6-volt source, and it even has a little weatherproof port so that this case can be closed and you can still power it from the bottom of the unit. Now they do not include that power adapter, but you know, if you had a battery bank or something like a rechargeable lithium-ion one that you like to use, it looks like there is a way to power this without using up the AA batteries. This camera has lots of the standard options that most of them do, where they can do pictures, they can do videos, you can set how sensitive it is, you can set how long the video recording is, how long it waits until it triggers the motion event again, all that kind of stuff. So there's just a selector switch here that I will switch from off to setup, and now it's going to power on. It's actually looking at me. So, and then it also has the settings or the resolution for the camera and the video. So right now it shows 1080p. This is how it starts up. It just shows you yourself, and up here it has the resolution SD cards in there, and then you go to the mode button and it shows the camera icon, and it's a 16 megabit photo. And then if I had any files on here, it would show them here and it would play them. And then there's the settings. So here I can go down and I can select how big of a setting I want. It does up to a 24. I mean, these are pretty big, but I'll just do 20 for now, and then I always like to grab a couple pictures. I'd rather have more pictures of a little bit lower quality than more. So yeah, this 1296 piece kind of interesting because of the shape of it. It's I have to do that math, but that's like a 4x3. This 1080p is the standard 19:6 ratio that you know, I'm used to with a TV or phone. All right, video length is 5 seconds. I certainly want more than 5 seconds. I'll do 15. Let's see how far you can go. A lot farther. Okay, so it looks like you can do 180 seconds. So that's 3 minutes. But we'll just do that. Here's the PIR interval. So it does every 30 seconds. Sensitivity, medium, time lapse off. Well, that's kind of interesting. So time lapse, this could set up and just take a picture every so many seconds, and then you play it back and it's a time lapse of whatever it's looking at. So it's kind of interesting that it has that feature. Go ahead and set the date here. Okay, so it looks like that's all the settings.